So metadata is extremely important to Rovi. It is the foundation of everything we do. All of our discovery platform and applications are built off of metadata. So for us at Rovi, breadth and depth of metadata is pretty important. Today we cover metadata in more than 55 countries, and we're looking to expand that to 70 countries in 2014. We have local expertise, and so for us it's not just about passing through schedules, it's also about deep editorial expertise. And the one thing that Rovi has, which is unique, is that we cover movies, music, books, and games. And so as we think about the four of them, the four different media types, and how they come together, the fact that Rovi can link popular content across all of these, again, plays a very important role in terms of how consumers discover content. Great. So it's been very interesting for us at Rovi. We're certainly seeing different types of customers, right? And I think that this in a way talks to what is happening in the industry itself. So for example, over the past year, we've announced a few key partnerships, right? And these have also been large customers for us. We announced a deal with Facebook, and so we're going to be the commercial metadata provider that's the foundation of all Facebook applications, right, that are related to entertainment. And that's just an example. We also announced a partnership with Nuance, where we're powering one of their new applications. And I think these are just a couple of examples of, aside from the traditional service provider market, where we've always been strong. In addition to that, we're seeing consumer entertainment companies, we're seeing social media companies, we're seeing app developers. There's just a lot, right? Second screen applications, which of course rely on metadata. So there's just, I think we're seeing a lot of new and exciting customers from different industries looking at using metadata in different ways, and that's certainly a big change. I think the key thing that is happening in the industry, and it's literally happening, every day, is just the profusion of content we see around us, right? Customers are accessing content in different ways. There is content everywhere, from micro channels to user-generated content to commercially produced content. And I think the biggest issue confronting everyone with respect to content production is discoverability. This is the biggest problem I think the industry as a whole is trying to solve. And it's not just the industry, even we as consumers, right? If there is this cool show that you watch, how do I make sure that I learn about it, right? And so I think that's the key, that's the heart of the phenomenon, and that's where metadata fits right in, right? The more you know about something, the more quickly I can give you interesting information about a piece of content that is likely to make you watch it. That's going to help with discoverability. The other key trend, I think, is social media and the role it plays. That's one of the reasons why a partnership with Facebook, for example, is important to a firm like Rovi. But I think it's also how social media is known to be one of the biggest drivers of actual tune-in, right? Because it's a trusted recommendation. And so I think that again, which is also why I think that's one of the key trends that we're seeing in the industry and where metadata fits in. 2014 is an exciting year for us. Global expansion is probably the biggest. Today we are the most comprehensive metadata provider because we cover more countries than any other provider does. We're in 55 countries today, and we're going to 70 by the end of 2014. So that's pretty exciting. The second thing, as I mentioned, we announced partnerships with Facebook and Nuance, and I think we're going to continue to do more of these. So certainly watch the space for more announcements. The third thing that I think is very exciting for us is that our recommendations product will be relaunched this quarter. And the 2.0 version basically combines analytic techniques with our deep editorial expertise and, of course, our multilingual capabilities. And we're doing a couple of pilots with large customers in Europe, which we're pretty excited about. So I think those are the things that I think that we're looking forward to in 2014.